The madness begin. One of my favorite days of the year. Mark Zinno. I guess we'll find out if it's one of your favorite days of the year when it's all said and done. I guess, quite frankly, that's true for me as well. And really every other better from coast to coast as the NCAA tournament gets in full force Thursday. Morning wager here in full effect. We got 3 free plays, as we always do for you. Some early games.
We should give out a play for every game on the board. I was just kidding. We'll go down them one at a time. Go down them one at a time. Just, we are the show of giving for this whole entire WagerTalk operation.
Look, we're also a very honest show. We're a very honest show. You know that. And I'm going to be honest with the people. It's very often that you come on here in the opening moments and bare your soul to the people. I'm going to do that right now. I would feel very badly for these fine viewers if I gave my take on every game, because I'll be honest with you. If you've seen me here on this fine network, WagerTalk TV, the last 2 days, whoa, boy, I wasn't doing so good. So no, I got to turn things around.
What's that smell?
I believe.
I would call that.
Hold on. I got it out still. I got it out. The old toilet paper.
Yes. That's it.
There we go. But, actually, you and I, full disclosure, have gone through every game with a fine-tooth comb many times on the telephone. And I think it's fair to say that we like what we like on Thursday. But there's also like half the games you and I are like, no, I don't want to bet that game with your money. Is that a fair assessment, sir?
Yeah, we are very much alike in understanding what games that because here's the thing, and this happens often. Like, somebody asked me what I thought of the tournament earlier, and I'm like, you have so many games, and you start looking at a game, you're like, oh, I like this angle. Oh, I like that angle. And then you just start doing some more research, and you're like, no, that doesn't work. No, that doesn't work. And then, oh, I really like this game. And then a couple of sharp buddies that I'm on, no, they're on the other side. I'm like, oh, damn, there goes that one. So, it's just like a process of elimination. And here's the best advantage, best tip we can give you. Guys, I mean, it's a lot of fun to bet as many games as possible. It's a bad formula. Find 2 or 3 that you really, really love and go after them. You pepper the board, you spray the board here, you're going to end up money flying out of your pocket. So while it's fun and exciting, sometimes the best bets are the one you don't make. Take 2 or 3 that you really like, the ones that we really like. Of course, we've given them all out to everybody who subscribed to that $199 package, so thank you very much. We also do have another one for you guys, right? If you want to. Let's tell the folks about this now in case they missed the $199 package that we had for the entire month of March. So I will let you give everybody all the gaudy details.
Yes. So if you did miss the package, it's okay, because you can get on board this weekend.
We got another package. If you missed our first
packages,
we have a nice second package.
2 big packages around here. At least that's what I'm told.
Anyway, watch more, win more. 2 big packages.
Anyway, Thursday through Sunday, $99. Zinno and myself, you get every pick. It's very simple. Go to WT.buzz/MZ, WT.buzz/BP. You can get it at either page. Zinno's going to tell you to get it at his page. Little does he know it does not matter, because half of the money goes to him, half the money goes to me, regardless.
That's not really the point. That's not the point. I would just like, in the analytics, when they come back and they start to evaluate us, look what all Zinno has done. Look what all Zinno has done. He's really carrying that power guy.
Ego of you is unparalleled.
You don't want to let these broad shoulders go to waste. Just throw you right over. Let's go.
Broad. I do not have broad shoulders, really, to be honest with you. It's all right.
You got a neck like Merton Hanks. Remember Merton Hanks? Do you remember Merton Hanks? That guy had the longest neck that wasn't a giraffe.
It's 3 ounces of restraint, not for me to drop my first F-bomb on this show. I actually did drop one F-bomb in pre-production. Yes, I'm not.
He was like, oh. I mean, he embraced it.
There, are you happy? I'm a little dizzy. Looked like a jackass, quite frankly.
Yeah,
the only thing bigger than your ego, Mark Zinno, some would say, is the state of Montana. And that is where we will go to start this rundown, because you believe the Montana Grizz, it's not the Golden Grizz. We have been through that before. Oakland is the Golden Grizzlies. Montana is just the Grizzlies. They are playing Wisconsin. Elevation. But the Big Sky Conference, in full disclosure, Mark, perhaps you'll hit on this, perhaps you won't, has been very bad in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
However, Wisconsin's just played 4 games in 4 days. They head to elevation, and you think Montana could keep this close for a half?
Yes. And we are we are the Big Sky Conference on the show. When you think of Morning Wage, you think Big Sky, big guy, Big Sky. It all works out. So you've seen me play on Montana several times this year with a lot of success, and I think we can do it here. Look, as BP just said, right? Wisconsin had to play 4 games in 4 days, and who was on Wisconsin in the Big Ten final this way? They decided to shoot 22%.
You're very upset about that.
Yeah, their offense has been less than stellar over the course of the last 2+ weeks. What does Montana do really well? They shoot the ball really well. 13th in the country in effective field goal percentage, 55th in 3-point shooting. They are 17th in 2-point shooting, and they make a whole bunch of free throws. Wisconsin actually is the number 1 free throw shooting team in the country. But the game script here is just that Montana's making shots early. Like Montana's defense is going to be less than stellar, so Wisconsin's going to score. And I think actually if we get a fast-paced, high-scoring first half, that is going to favor Montana here. To ask Wisconsin to be in the lead by 10 or more at half means Montana is just flat out missing, right? And some of these handicaps, guys, are that simple in a sense where if Montana starts out 2 of 11 from 3, we're dead. We're dead in the water, right? And what I don't think, and here's why I'm only playing the first half, if Montana is down by 11 or 12 at half, I don't see them crawling back in against this defense. Even though Wisconsin only shot 22% from the field in the Big Ten final, yeah, they held Michigan to like 55 points, okay? So they would have no problem doing the same thing to Montana. If Montana's not making shots early, I don't think they'll make them late. I could see a world where Wisconsin is up by 5 or 6 at half and their defense clamps down and pulls away late and covers a bigger number. I think that's absolutely possible. But given the large number of this spread here and the good shooting team that Montana is, I think they really have a very good shot here. If they're making threes early, we're going to be right in this thing. What we have to really avoid more than anything is this prolonged 3 or 4 minute scoring drought where they don't get a single point, right? Because the defense isn't good enough to keep Wisconsin off the scoreboard. So we hope that Wisconsin's shooting continues to be struggling and continues not to be great. But if Montana is making threes and they're making their shots, I really believe they can stay within this number.
Montana Golden Grizzlies. Nope, I said it again. It's just the Montana Grizzlies. Why do I want to call them the Golden Grizzlies? I'm not
Because
getting out.
They're the Golden Gophers, and then the Golden Grizzlies are from. There is a Golden Grizzlies.
Yes, Oakland. We talked Oakland from the Horizon League. We mentioned that, yes, moments ago. I apologize, everyone. It is the Montana Grizzlies.
Last year, who was making all the threes for Oakland, the Gorky Park guy.
Down to Gorky Park. Should we start singing Scorpions?
Winds of Change. That's a great song.
It's a great song. It's even better when they sing it. The Scorpions. Anyway, smash that like button if you agree with taking Montana in the first half. That's kind of a unique approach to one game. I'll give you a unique approach to another, Mark Zinno. And it is one of the first games to tip off on Thursday, 12:40 Eastern. High Point versus Purdue. Now on the Power 5, which you can check out elsewhere here on the WagerTalk YouTube channel. Mark Zinno won't. You can see him eye rolling, but I will say this, make sure you're subscribed. Click that button, everybody. We appreciate the support. Well, anyway, on the Power 5, Zinno, I made the case in this game to lay the points with Purdue. That number's down to 7.5 from an opener of -9. I power rated, honestly, the Boilermakers as double-digit favorites here. That being said, an alternative way to play this, the more I think about it, and I think you could do, half an amount on the team total, half an amount on the spread. Purdue over the team total is another way to play this. I think, and perhaps you would concur, sir, the Boilermakers covering and going over this team total probably correlated, but one advantage of playing the team total as opposed to the spread is that if this game turns into a shootout, we obviously don't need to worry about how many points Purdue is giving up as far as how many they will score. I think it's going to be a lot. Here's a list of the teams in the tournament with a worse defensive rating than High Point per KenPom. Wofford, Montana, Omaha, and Alabama State. That's the list. 4 teams. 4. I think Purdue's going to feast in the pick and roll. Top 7 team in the country, offensive efficiency led by Braden Smith. They're going to put up a lot of points in this game. Purdue, over team total, 80.5. My half of the double play.
Yeah, I mean, again, some of these games, the way they unfold is a big part of how they unfold early. But there's no reason to believe that Purdue shouldn't run them out of the gym, even if High Point keeps up, which actually kind of is what you want, right? You want High Point to push the pace and keep scoring. That'll force Purdue to do the same. So I wouldn't be that scared if they, only had like 35 in the first half. Them putting up a 45-point second half is not out of the realm of possibility.
Would you concur though that maybe the spread Purdue minus 7.5 and over 80.5 team total probably? I mean, for certain to cover the spread, they've got to go over the team total. I would think because High Point can't score.
Yeah, Purdue isn't likely winning an under game here, right? Like that's not their game script.
All right, so that is our respective halves of the double play. We have told you about this tremendous special offer that we've got going this week. And again, $99 gets you all of Mark's plays, all of my plays for the NCAA tournament all weekend long, Thursday through Sunday. Check that out. Your card is set, obviously, for today. 3 plays? 3 plays?
3 plays up on the board. 3 plays. So we are locked in. Feel very good.
I also have 3 plays. So that's 3 plays from both of us. So you're getting 6 plays for Thursday right there. And none of them are the same, and certainly none of them are opposite. So 6 different plays for you from the 2 of us for Thursday.
You don't want to have too many of the same plays. You guys got to be careful on the morning wager. You don't want to agree too much.
That's what I've heard some people say. I don't know. When I'm number 1 and you're number 2, or you're number 1 and I'm number 2. Like, why not agree? Hi, just hand out winners. That's all that matters.
You don't want to agree too much, though. It's a bad thing.
Okay, whatever.
Mark Zinno, we met a few years ago at the NCAA tournament, and
we agreed a lot.
Yes, and I hope this isn't the last one we've seen together. Speaking of impressions, you're going to get to do one here in our best bet segment. One of your favorite impressions, one of the viewers' favorite impressions, because we're going to talk about your boy Mick Cronin, who you rip for a variety of reasons. You think he's a crybaby. You think he's too short.
Yeah, that too.
But one other thing you think is that his team is not favored by enough points. UCLA laying 5.5 against Utah State. UCLA is going to be our best bet today. I'm going to throw it to you this way, Mark. We saw San Diego State absolutely suck ass against North Carolina, obviously, on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Does that make you hate Utah State even more in this situation? Is that just not anything? I mean, was this a spot that you personally had circled anyway for UCLA? Because I know you and I were talking earlier today, and we were saying, you know what? We think UCLA rolls here.
Yeah, I listen. When you see some of these shorter numbers here, and this number was at 4.5, it's been bet up to 5.5 for UCLA, and it doesn't really scare me. I think when it boils down to that, little Mick Cronin, despite the fact,
we got to get up and travel again. Oh God, we gotta travel east. Oh my God,
complain about that even more.
What was that thing he did when he was putting his hand on his face that you were doing on the Sunday show?
I mean, he was just like a reporter asked him a question. He's sitting there like this. Is that a real question? Is that real? You asked me about the travel. I've seen the Statue of Liberty 3 times. I'm like, shut up. Stop whining. Anyway, so they are back. Where this is in it's in, where is it? Indiana? Where are they playing?
Yeah. But by the way, did you hear
Rupp Arena?
The French want the Statue of Liberty back. Do I even ask for your thoughts on that situation?
I mean, hi. Welcome to Still Speaking French. There's a reason why you're still speaking French and not sprechen Sie Deutsch. Because we saved your ass. Okay? Thank you. Just whenever you guys suck at war, just call us. We'll fix it for you.
You weren't a Freedom Fries guy. That was tacky, I thought.
I mean, all I can think of is the Chevy Chase when he's in European vacation and he's sitting there with the translator. I would like the souffle. Yeah. So, anyway.
Okay. UCLA.
The best is Dad. He's not going to porker us. Dad, I think he's going to porker. He's not going to porker us. Such a good scene. How did we get off UCLA? Anyway, let's get back to the matter at hand here. with little Mick Cronin. I think UCLA's defense here really is what's going to win out. And Utah State, you look at this Utah State team and where they played out in the Mountain West. And guys, forget the narratives about the Mountain West, right? Forget the narratives about like, oh, they flame out in the tournament, like we talked about earlier in the week. That's like the last thing that I'm looking at. I'm just looking more at matchups and sort of X's and O's here, and how they can get beat. UCLA's defense can really clamp down. If you look at the losses that they took this year, in I want to say 4 of the 6 losses, they didn't even get to 70. And that's really the game script here, right? UCLA's defense can lock them down and force them to miss shots. And they have a good competent offense, UCLA. It's not that, it's nothing that's going to shoot the lights out, but they're consistent. And this is a UCLA team that I think is a little more battle tested than people want to give it credit for. When you talk about going through the Big Ten and all the travel that they've had to do, I mean, that counts. It really does. So these guys are understanding of what's in front of them. But you go down the stretch, and you look at the games that they won. What did they only lose 3 out of their last, I want to say, 15 games? I think they were like 12. Were they 12? Let me see, 11-6 and 22-9. Yeah, they went 11-3 down the stretch. So this is a team that's playing well right now. And if they are scoring points, they're going to be okay. They force turnovers on defense. They can clamp down, create some extra possessions, extra opportunities here. I think this number's a little short. I had it closer to 7. Even at the open, but I think we're confident here with the 5.5. We stay under 2 possessions. That's big. I think that's really, really important when you talk about, college basketball. So yeah, I have a little bit of concern on the free throw shooting for UCLA. Not exactly great, but neither is Utah State. So let's trust the UCLA defense here to clamp down, and we'll take them and lay the 5.5.
UCLA beat Michigan State earlier in the year. This is a team that does a great job forcing turnovers. And, on the negative, I will say this, Mark. UCLA does have the dubious distinction of being the lone quad 1 victory for North Carolina this year. But hey, look at how North Carolina looked on Tuesday. And we think UCLA laying the short number is the right move against Utah State. Utah State, I think, is a little, honestly, out of the 4 Mountain West teams that made it, I would rank Utah State 4th. Thoughts?
Yes. Yeah. I would think that they would be the 4th. You kind of look at it. Let me just kind of curiosity. Now you got me curious of.
I mean, obviously the committee thought they were better than San Diego State, and San Diego State didn't really do a lot to help it its perception Tuesday night. But still, I don't know. I think in the Ken Palm ratings, I think they were they were 4th.
Yes.
Out of the Mountain West, right? Yeah, because Colorado State finished so hot. New Mexico won the regular season, and San Diego State had the 2nd highest, I believe. So, all right, there it is. We've gone around the world, France, UCLA, everywhere. Chevy Chase.
Any other thoughts?
I don't really. I am really excited for these games to tip off. I was talking to you earlier in the week. It's funny. During football season, we have all this time to ruminate. These games ruminate in our heads all week long. We're like, oh my God, this game. And you start talking, like you were talking at the beginning of the show, you talk yourself in and out of stuff for days. We got into a groove, quite a nice groove, some would say, in February with college basketball, right? You wake up, we gave out some winners, on to the next day. It's just a cycle.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about these games for 3 days. Now it's time to cash some tickets, everybody.
Comment
down below with your favorite plays.
Thank you. That would help. By the way, give everybody that stat that we talked about. With all these 1 seeds laying 29 and 30 points, what was the number you had? Wasn't there a stat you had about laying more than like 27 in the tournament?
I don't think that was me. That may have been someone else that you've done on your many media outlets. There was a stat I had. It was for Houston in their game. It was this is only the 2nd instance of a team laying 28 or more and the total being 131 or lower.
That's what
I did talk about that. And the previous instance, so this does not bode well for SIU Edwardsville. The previous instance when there was an underdog of 28 or more and a total of 131 or less, that underdog, which was Mississippi Valley State, yes, they made the tournament once, kids. They scored 29 points that game against UCLA.
Was that where Jerry Rice went? Or is that where T.O. went?
It is. No, Jerry Rice went to Mississippi Valley State, yeah.
I don't know what that has to do with the NCAA tournament, but I just remembered that.
Not much. He's probably their most famous grab.
Yeah,
Good wide
I think so.
receiver.
Where did T.O. went to another like small SWAC school, right?
He did. Yes, pardon me.
Do we have to look this up?
Why not?
I mean, it's college. He
I'll
went
give
to
you $1.
Chattanooga.
I'll give you $1 if you could tell me T.O.'s middle name without looking it up. No.
Edward? Fred?
Whoa.
John?
Edward was close. It's El Dorado.
Like the Cadillac?
I guess so, yeah. It's all spelled, there's no space there, though. It's just El Dorado. El Dorado Owens.
Hold on. No way.
Yes, it is. I remember Dan Alexander's got to have fond memories of T.O. carrying when Donovan McNabb was puking in the huddle and T.O. was carrying his ass trying to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, with a broken leg.
Yeah.
Those are the good
game
old days.
effort.
We don't talk about that Super Bowl. Only the last two.
Oh, that's right. We don't talk about this. Yeah, that's
we don't talk about that they lose. Okay. Well,
just a young lad.
All right.
I was just a young
I was going to say, don't tell us how young you were, Dan, because then I'll puke right on the camera. Anyway, I was done with college at that point, Dan, if you want to feel real young. Anyway, that's going to do it for us today. Yeah, obviously, you're older than me. So if you have not liked, commented, or subscribed yet, shame on you. You need to do that. We will be back on Friday with more picks. Yes, two big packages. This is the second big one.
First 4 days of the tournament. Best 4 days of the tournament. Go get them.
Love this weekend. Love it.
Don't you?
With all my heart and soul.
It's a good thing. It's a good weekend. I'm sad we're not together drinking stuff and yelling at all the losers who are public schmucks. I'll never forget when we were on Tennessee and the entire place was on Duke. We were the only people cheering for Tennessee. It was Duke and Tennessee. We had Tennessee plus the points. Tennessee won the game outright. But the entire sports book was on Duke. And every time Tennessee scored, we were the only ones cheering. And everybody's like turning around looking at us like, who are these idiots? We're like, you public schmuck, sit down.
You may not have known this because you were not with WagerTalk at the time. That was a meet and greet. So we were not doing a very good job of meeting or greeting at that time.
No.
Don't tell the players that
we were mocking. We were doing a good job of winning.
We were winning. One guy the guy came over to us. He's like, man, you guys seem like you're right about everything today.
Yeah.
And
we were like, yes, we are. You should probably hang out with us instead of those morons over there.
Well, I don't know. You probably said that. I didn't. I
mean, that's my greeting. Hi, don't be stupid. Hang out with the smart people.
Words to live by, and we will leave you with that, everybody. Until next time, let's cash some tickets.
Together.